All right, go Waller! All right, here we go. We're going to start with our joke of the day. So introduce yourself and tell your joke, okay? Here's our 6th grade joke of the day.
My name's Tyler Holiday, and what kind of shoes draw in their spare time? Skechers.
Okay, we're ready for the 7th grade joke.
My name's Chloe Morris, and I have a lot of good jokes about unemployed people, but none of them work.
Hi, my name's Eden Creech. I'm in the 8th grade. And why does nobody like the nosy pepper? Because he's jalapeno business.
The 7th grade win the joke of the day. Okay, and now for our talent for today. We have Mr. Wright's orchestra class with Tyler Moore, Nicole Dirks, Elliot Atwood, and Diavion. They're playing a short round. Great job, Mr. Wright's orchestra class. Okay, and at this time, we have a very special speaker for you today. His name is Andy Wilkins, and he is going to talk to us about friendship and cyber and digital friendship.
Hey, you guys, I'm super excited to be here. I'm really glad I get to come and talk to you guys about something that really matters to you. We're going to talk about friendships. Man, I've been working with middle school kids for 14 years now, mostly here in Enid and then some other places in the area outside of Oklahoma City. But one thing I know that's huge for you is friends. And getting friends and getting those established and having friendships, man, being with people, those are critical, man. Those are a new part of your life that you're experiencing. And so I want to help you today to develop meaningful friendships. Not just people that you know, not just people that you're around, not just people that you're on the ball team with or the club or in the band, but people that you have a meaningful friendship with, that you can count on, people that you can trust. Now, something that's different for you is your whole life. There's been this thing called social media. There's been this thing called texting. And that's how you do, that's become the preferred method of communication for a lot of people. Okay? So that's brought in new rules to the game, and that's brought in a new dynamic for you when it comes to building meaningful friendships. And those things are vital to you. Like I said, it's kind of like this bottle of water that I have here on stage. Man, that's really important to life, and you've got to have it. The problem is digital friendships, digital communication with your friendships create a barrier to developing meaningful ones. So I want to talk about with you just for the next couple of minutes some of the myths about digital friendships, some all things that we think, some ways that we feel, and some ways that we act that need to change so you can have meaningful friendships. Hey, I'm on social media, I text with my friends, okay, I do all that stuff too, but there's some ways that you've got to learn to do it if you're going to have meaningful, important relationships that I know deep down in your core you desire. So here they are, top 5 myths about digital friendships and some of these barriers that we need to get rid of. Number five, if they follow or accept me, they must care about me. Okay? That's totally a myth. Here's the deal. You accept people, for those of you all that have Facebook, you accept people on Facebook just because you're trying to get more people. Like, you don't really care about that person. You just want more people that are following you. Okay? Or you may follow them, or you may see their pictures or different other things, not because you really care about the person, but because, well, you're just kind of interested. It's kind of like watching a car wreck, okay, on the road. Like, you just can't stop looking, all right? So one thing you've got to realize is, just because maybe they're a friend, or maybe they've clicked on your page or whatever, that doesn't mean, okay, that they care about you. So sometimes that expectation that you have maybe isn't healthy in being those meaningful relationships. Hey, your friendships, by the way, are much more than just a click or an accept, but they're people that walk with you, they're people that listen to you, they're people that you have shared experiences with, that have celebrate with you, that hurt with you. They're those people that when you have a bad day, you can go to and sit down with in their actual presence and talk. You may have 1,000 friends on your Facebook. You may have 200 contacts in your phone. But how many people that when you're really hurt, or you've really had a bad day, or you're really feeling alone, can you really sit down and count on? Those are those meaningful friendships. And so you need to remember there's a difference between the digital world friendship and the real meaningful one. So the first one is, just because they clicked doesn't mean they actually care. And that's cool. I have lots of friendships, but that's a myth that we need to change. The next one is that digital media is a good way for meaningful conversation. Hey, you guys, most communication in life happens through body language, the facial expressions that you make, the way that your body is positioned, and it happens with tone, okay? And I know you know this because your parents probably getting onto a bunch of you all the time about your tone, about your respectful tone or whatever, okay? That's kind of your biggest problem. But if you're doing it by text or you're doing it on a post, okay, people can't read that. People can't interpret that with your communication. Is it cool to communicate just like, hey, I'm doing this tonight, or hey, do you want to do this, or just to exchange information? Yeah, that's cool, but if you've got something meaningful that you want to say or meaningful that you want to share, that needs to be at least voice to voice, and preferably face to face. That's one of the things you guys got to figure out how to do. You got to figure out how to have good, meaningful conversations with friends and other people face to face, because that's like new and abnormal, because it's easier and more convenient to do it digitally, but it's less meaningful. So digital communication, it might be easier and more convenient to exchange information, but it's actually not good if you want to have a meaningful conversation that develops those meaningful those friendships that I know you want. So that's the second myth that needs to change. Number three, digital communication and getting on maybe some of the social medias are all about my friends. It's all about my friends. Actually, from my experience and from what I've seen, it actually ends up being the super self-centered thing. It all becomes about how many different texting conversations can I have? Can I take the perfect selfie? How many likes can I get with that picture, how many pictures can I get in? Like maybe at the winter formal, which hopefully you have those people's permission before you post and share those. How many pictures did I get in and get tagged in so that my notification thing is blown up whenever either on my phone or on my page, okay? So it turns into this really self-centered thing. Here's the deal. You want to have meaningful friendships, good friendships, then you need to be a good friend. And being a good friend doesn't think the world revolves around you. And digital communication, digital things have allowed us to create these worlds and put ourselves out there for the world as if we're the center of everything. Okay? It may start out with good conversation with your friends. Okay? It may start out for that. But in the end, I think we all have this tendency where it's our little world of self-absorption. And we really care about how many likes we get, how many comments we get, what rating our friends give us on things, how many different texting conversations we can have. And that's not being a good friend. That's being a self-absorbed person. And that's not how good, meaningful friendships are developed. So your social media doesn't need to be, your digital communication doesn't need to be all about you. That's one of the myths that needs to be popped. Number two. The number two myth about your digital communication is that you have to stop everything to answer your notifications. Okay? There's a bunch of you that walk around and this thing controls your life or your computer page or however you're getting those notifications that somebody has sent you a message or tagged you in a video or that you have a new message on your phone or there's a picture or whatever, and you stop whatever you're doing or whoever you're with to answer it. So now instead of this being a tool in which you can use, you're being used by the tool. And your day and your time and your relationships and who you're with is actually controlled by how many push notifications you have or how many things are on the line. Do you see that? Do you see how that's a little different? And so that myth that you've got to stop whatever you're doing to respond, you need to get rid of that and you need to enjoy the people that you're with. I've got this statement that I've been saying for a number of years and I haven't heard anybody else say it, so I take the credit for it. But it's really easy with our phones. Hey, and I have to remind myself this at least one time every day. Be with who I'm with instead of everyone that I'm not. How many times are you with your friends and you're talking and you're sharing and all of a sudden your friend gets up their phone and they're responding to everything else or they get on their page or they're on everything else and all of a sudden now what you were talking about didn't matter. Yeah, that happens a lot. That happens a lot in my life, okay? So disconnect from the device and be with who you're with instead of everyone else that you're not. That will communicate to the people you're with, to your friends that you're hanging out with, to your family, that they matter and that, you know what, you'll get to the people on the device later. So myth that's got to get blown up and changed is that you stop doing whatever you're doing and stop being with who you're with to answer the notifications or the little ding. Hey, some of you guys, it's like Christmas morning. It's like ding. And you're like, oh my gosh, I wonder who it is. I wonder what they said. Oh my gosh, I wonder if it's good. I wonder if it's bad. Oh my gosh, did my boyfriend break up with me? Oh my gosh, did they like you panic, like your heart starts beating, and you're like, okay, I gotta answer it, all right? And that thing, the tool that you're supposed to use, now you're the tool, and it's using you, okay? So that's myth has got to change to develop good relationships. And the number one thing that you need to realize and that your thinking and your feeling and your acting needs to change in regards to digital friendship is that only the person or a few people that you send or post to will see it or watch it or view it or whatever. Here's the deal, you guys. Once you hit send, once you hit post, you completely lose control of where that goes. That friend that you hope you can trust, Hey, you don't know if you did some subtweet thing on Facebook where you were like, I can't believe they ruined my day, okay? But since you were vague and you kind of wanted them to know, but you really didn't, but you didn't have a meaningful enough relationship with them, a friendship where you could sit down and tell them, and they think it's about them because they didn't really know, and now they've got this text message that they could send out to other people and forward it along to be incriminating. Like, that means make you look bad, okay? So, to make you look bad, they can do that. You lose control. So you need to really, really seriously think about, before you hit send or before you hit post, the fact that once you put it out there, you lose complete control. You have no idea who's going to repost it, who's going to send it, who's going to forward the message along. You think you're going to private message? Hey, dude, you just control copy, control paste, and they can send it to whoever they want. So you've got to think, you've got to be thinking, okay, I post this. Hey, that also means like if you got one friend that like upset you during the day, okay, like they talked to somebody they weren't supposed to because like we're angry at them, okay, then you're going to repost, you know, the vague thing like that person is so mean and I can't believe they ruined the day, but you didn't say who the person was and you didn't tell them personally, so then you don't know, okay. That's like the most destructive thing that you can do for friendships, all right? Is posting that kind of stuff because you don't know who's going to read and interpret that and understand that and think about that the wrong way. So to have good friendships, you need to realize the amount of people that are going to be able to see. Here's the other thing too, you guys. Digital, you need to start thinking this way. Digital equals forever. Whatever you put, you may delete it, you may take it down, you may delete it from your phone or from your computer or whatever, but I promise you, Google and Facebook and Yahoo, they have a record of it. And there's new interesting things coming out in the law where anything that's in text, print, is just like an email, it's admissible in court. Or a text message, it's admissible in court. Or a picture, or any kind of thing that you put. It becomes a legal form, and somebody out there has it. They know every time you click, that when you're connected online and you click, that is being registered and kept somewhere, okay? They know because they're figuring out what you like, and they want to get you, so they can sell you stuff, okay? So you need to remember, think that way. Digital is forever. You may delete it from your phone, but AT&T's got AT&T still got it. Some of you know that the hard way because your parents went and got it and saw it. So you need to be thinking that way about that you can't control who sees it. So that is the last myth about digital friendships. Now, here's the deal. I want to give you some encouragement that if you begin to think, you begin to act, and you begin to feel appropriately with your friends and with digital media, all of a sudden, hey, you can have those vital, important things that you want in your life, meaningful friendships that you can trust and that you can count on. Now, if you misuse digital communication, digital friendship stuff, you're going to continue to be alone, or you're going to find yourself alone because you can't be trusted. Use it appropriately, and that vital thing that you want some meaningful friendships, hey, it may just be 2 or 3, but you'll be able to develop those. Hey, thanks for listening. You guys are great. You guys have a great rest of the day.
All right, thanks, Andy. We sure do appreciate that. I hope you guys understand that one of the reasons why we've asked Andy to come talk to you about this is part of it is the BYOD policy, right? And that this is an experimental year, and that if we're not responsible with our phones and our social media and all of these things, that they may end up deciding to take it away, right? So it's very, very crucial that not only do you act appropriately, but that we teach you the appropriate way to act, right? The other thing I do want to talk about just real quickly is, guys, and I know, like I said, this is a new thing, and our policies are even trying to keep up with the things that go on. Make sure that you ask for permission before you post things, and especially if you take pictures of adults and, substitutes, those kind of things in school, that you ask their permission to post it. Because what ends up happening, let's say you have a substitute in your class and you took their picture and you might really like them and you didn't mean any kind of malice, which means harm, that against them, and that you don't want them to get in trouble or anything like that. It wasn't like that was your intent. But let's say parents see that on your Instagram and now they think that all you did all day was be on your phone, which isn't true, right? But then what's going to happen? Parents are going to complain and adults are going to complain that this substitute or teacher or whatever is allowing you just to goof off all day and that they don't want that person in your classroom no more. Okay? And then now you've hurt somebody even though you didn't really mean to. Okay, so be very careful with those kind of things. The videos that we take, and I know we do a lot of fun things with a lot of digital media, and we have our videos that we're fixing to show, and all those kind of things. But make sure that you're careful. And there's other reasons why maybe adults or students may not want their stuff on social media. Okay, that's their choice, and that should be their choice. They could be that, hey, I'm an extremely private person, and I don't want people to see my pictures. Maybe I have a long-lost relative that I don't want to find me. Maybe it's a legal matter that me and this other person, I have a restraining order against this person that they can harm me, and if they see it on other people's Instagrams, then now that person can find me. Okay? There's lots of reasons why you need to be careful and that you have to have permission from other people before you post things, okay? Everybody got it? Lesson learned today? All right. Thanks very much, Andy. And at this time, we are going to roll our Teacher of the Month video.
Hi, Kayla. Who are you voting for Teacher of the Month?
I voted for Miss Burns.
Really? Why?
Because she always makes sure we do our work right, and then she always makes us review over the CRT so we can pass them.
That's true. She also helps us in the classroom. She also likes to tell a lot of funny stories, and they're always on topic, too.
I like potatoes. What are you guys talking about?
Voting for Miss Burns for Teacher of the Month.
Miss Burns? I love Miss Burns. One time, I had a bad grade in her class, and then she let me stay after school and make it up. I have 100 in that class.
Good.
Thanks.
I vote for Miss Burns for Teacher of the Month.
Vote for Miss Burns.
We love her.
Hi, Russ Bishop. Who are you voting for Teacher of the Month?
Well, I'm voting for Miss Burns. She's cool.
Oh, really? Why?
Well, I really like her because she lets you, have some fun time, but after a while, it's all about the seriousness and learning. And that's what I want to do in school. So.
Vote for Miss Burns!
Miss Burns!
Miss Burns.
Hi, my name is Fiona the Foxy Farmer. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Rachel the Redhead.
Rachel the Redhead? That's a beautiful name.
Why, thank you.
So when did you start coming to Waller?
About a month ago.
About a month ago?
What about you?
I really like it here. And about 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
And who are you voting for Teacher of the Month? Have you got to know any teachers yet?
I really like Miss Burns. She's really friendly.
Miss Burns? I love Miss Burns. Ooh, I love her near and dear to my heart. She's a beautiful woman. So, why do you like her?
Well, she really helps a lot of kids in class when they need help.
You're turning regular voice.
I'm Mackenzie Darsh from the 8th grade, and I'm nominating Miss Gizzo for Teacher of the Month. I'm nominating her because in class she comes up with fun projects to do instead of always doing boring worksheets, and I always like her hair. Each day she does it differently. It's always cute, so that's why I'm nominating her.
Hi, my name is Natalie Holston from the 8th grade, and I'm nominating Miss Gizzo for Teacher of the Month because she always dresses really nice. I always like her clothes, and she just makes class really fun. Like, she's a really fun teacher, and she's just my favorite. So.
Hi, my name is Matthew Robb. I'm in the 7th grade, and I nominate Ms. Kelly for Teacher of the Month because she has fun projects in class and keeps us entertained and has high expectations for us.
Hi, I'm Eric Morales, and I'm voting Miss Kelly because she pushes us hard and she makes us do easy work, and she's fun. And I'm nominating her because she's the one that's giving me good grades.
My name is Bryce Dillingham. I'm in the 8th grade.
My name is Clashcraft, and I'm in the 8th grade.
We're nominating Mr. Ebel for Teacher of the Month
because he's taught us that Amendment 1 is the freedom of speech.
Amendment 2 is the right to bear arms. Sayonara.
Hi, I'm Taylor from the 7th grade. I'm nominating for Teacher of the Month Miss Kuzak because, well, she's very hard and she does not let you get away with anything. And she is she's nice sometimes. Okay. And then, yeah. Okay, they go. Bye-bye.
I'm Karma from the 7th grade. I'm nominating Miss Siders for Teacher of the Month because she's nice, and if you don't get something, then she'll teach it in a different way.
Hi, my name is Davian Thomas. I'm in 6th grade, and I'm nominating Miss Alcorn for Teacher of the Month because if there's something that you don't understand, she helps you so that you can understand.
Hi, my name is Shelby Schmont. I'm nominating Miss Alcorn for because she was just so nice and she does everything hands-on, and I just love her.
I'm Mary Christine Faith Simrod. I'm Elizabeth Rading. I'm Joyce Chin.
And we're nominating Miss Arnold for Teacher of the Month.
I'm nominating Miss Arnold because she's really good at being a teacher. She always helps us learn a subject before moving on to another subject.
And if we don't understand it, she helps us even more. And plus, she doesn't gives out homework. We just have to do it the next day.
Yes, she's a very nice teacher. And Miss Arnold Kit really is nice, yeah. And I really like Miss Arnold, yeah.
And that's the reason why we voted for her.
Hi, my name is Emily Kaufman, and I vote Mr. Ebel, the Teacher of the Month, because he helps me understand things a lot easier than what I'm trying to do. And he's fun, and it's very exciting, and he tells us stories from when he was in the Navy and stuff.
Hi, I'm Colby Long from the 8th grade. I'm nominating Miss Eldora for Teacher of the Month for she makes us laugh and we have a great time in her class.
I'm Michaela and I'm in 6th grade.
I'm Kylie and I'm in 6th grade, and we're nominating Miss Siders for Teacher of the Month.
We're nominating Miss Siders because she's a great teacher, and when we need help, she's always there.
And she pushes us to work harder, and she doesn't just give us the answers, she makes us work to it.
Hello, my name is Arlen Vargas, and I'm nominating Ms. Aldora because she gives us her sweet time to teach us how to play our instruments. She can be nice and mean but she's still a great teacher.
My name is Bryce Dillingham. I'm in the 8th grade.
My name is Clashcraft, and I'm in the 8th grade.
We're nominating Mr. Ebel for Teacher of the Month
because in his class we have learned that Amendment 1 is the freedom of speech.
Amendment 2 is the right to bear arms. Sayonara.
Oh, hello there.
Hi, I'm Savannah. Today we're going to be talking to these wonderful Waller students about who they think should be Teacher of the Month. Here we have Mary, Audrey, Tyler, Kaylee, and Slim Shady. Okay, Tyler, who do you think should be Teacher of the Month?
I think Teacher of the Month this month should be Mr. Barnes.
Okay. Audrey, do you agree?
Yes.
Do you agree? Yes. I'm assuming we all agree here?
Yes.
Okay. What are some qualities of Mr. Barnes that just makes him a wonderful teacher? Anyone?
I'll go.
He gives us donuts.
Donuts are inspirational for learning. Right?
Learning! How can you learn without them? Donuts, calories.
Okay.
This one goes in my dreams.
What are some reasons for you?
He lets us enjoy the class while we learn about science.
Yes, that is a wonderful reason. Kaylee, do you have a reason?
Well, we learn what we need to know for tests, but we also have fun. Isn't that what you all want?
For the kids. For the kids.
Fun for the children.
Yes.
Do you have any reasons, Mr. Slim Shady?
He keeps it real.
Keeps it real.
Yes.
I just remember
Yes. What do you
back in
say?
7th grade, last year, 2012-2013, hashtag. Mr. Barnes, I have 4th hour. And we had science that hour. And I just always remember him with his, he was on a farm, and he had science, and he's just the greatest teacher ever. He doesn't just teach your mind. He teaches your soul, he teaches to your heart, he teaches to your pancreas. I mean, just give me a moment. Oh my God! Let it out! Let it out!
Okay.
It's a very emotional time for him.
It is.
Yes.
It's
Mr. Barnes really touched his soul in a special way.
Even his pancreas.
Pancreas. I'm sure
Especially
he knows where his
pancreas.
pancreas is.
Yeah.
From Mr. Barnes.
And the little blue.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Thank you for watching.
Mr. Barnes!
And so, after much consideration of all these nominations, the Teacher of the Month for December is the one who reaches your pancreas, Mr. Brett Barnes. Going to announce the favorite awards, right? The class favorites. Here we go.
Okay. 8th grade class favorites. Most athletic boy, Austin Whitehead. Most athletic girl, Mackenzie Darst. Friendliest boy, Blake Heiberger. Friendliest girl, Emily Tanner. Most trustworthy, Price Dillingham. And Dinah Dyson. Most spirit, Clay Ashcraft and Eden Creech. Best eyes, Brady Chobin and Brielle Walker. Class clowns, Marlo Hughes and Cynthia Lloyd. Loudest laugh, Braden Pierce and Peyton Wilson. Best friends, Price Dillingham and Hayden Winter. And then Aspen Brindley and Elena Archer. Best hair, Seth Ellis and Carson Croker. Most talkative, Kaylee Williams and Tyler Stans. Hardest worker, Shane Deduick, and Elena Archer. Prettiest smile, Hayden Winter and Danae Wilson. And most energetic, Peyton Phillips and DeMar Carrillo.
And does anyone have the results of the geography bee from... Who was it? Tyler Stans got first. He's in the back. And the second is who? And second place was a 6th grader. Devin? Devin. Where's Devin at? Devin. Where's Devin at? Devin, stand up. There he is, right back there. Okay. Tell me your name again. What's your name? What? Taylor? Tila, sorry, Tila. All right, in third place was Tila Remke. She's right here. All right, great job to all the Geography B participants. Okay, now to finish off our day, we have the rest of our pictures to take. We have part of the sports pictures, and then we also have the 7th and 8th grade spring pictures. So at this time, we are going to go back to 5th hour, and then we're going to begin calling those students down, okay? All right, so here we go. 8th grade, you may be dismissed.